What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. It's Drip Guy Daryl, and I'm back at you guys with another bang. So in today's video, we got to talk about an interesting move that just happened between the Bulls, the Spurs, and the Sacramento Kings. Now, this trade is definitely a blockbuster trade, and that trade is involving Demar Derozan. But before we do hop into this trade, I do want to shout out all you guys for all of the support that you've been showing on the videos. Y'all been going crazy. And hey man, without further ado, let's switch over and let's get right into it. Alright, so we have switched over, and as I was telling you guys, man, the Kings, the Bulls, and the Spurs ended up making a blockbuster sign and trade. And hey man, let's scroll down and let's get into it. So the title says Kings to land Demar Derozan and sign and trade with the Bulls. And then it says Sacramento brings in the 6-time All-Star veteran to team up with De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. So yeah man, let's look into this trade a little bit more to see exactly what pieces moved around. Alright, so it starts off with the Sacramento Kings are acquiring free agent veteran Demar Derozan via a 3-year, $74 million sign and trade that includes moving Harrison Barnes to the San Antonio Spurs and Chris Duarte to the Chicago Bulls, according to multiple sources. So let's scroll down, and as you guys can see, the Kings received Demar Derozan, the Spurs received Harrison Barnes, and the Bulls received Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks. So overall, what do I think about this move? Now, let's go in order. So for the Kings, I don't really think that this move makes them any better. Now, the reason I say that is just because, yes, Demar Derozan is a star caliber player, but at the same time, does he really make your offense better? You got players such as, De'Aaron Fox, who is solid in the mid-range. You got Domantas Sabonis, who can hit the mid-range. And then you bring in another mid-range shooter in Demar Derozan. So, me personally, I think he will make their spacing worse. Me personally, I think Harrison Barnes was a better three-point shooter consistently over the years than Demar Derozan. Also, defensively, do you think that Demar Derozan is a better defender than Harrison Barnes? Me personally, I don't. So that, I feel like, just overall, he will hurt the team. Now, just to bring some positive sides, as we know, Demar Derozan, he's very clutch. So that's one thing to note. He can definitely get hot and, be super hard to guard. So that's something to note right there. Another thing to note is just his playoff experience. I know Harrison Barnes has playoff experience, but he doesn't have that playoff experience being the number one option. DeMar DeRozan, he does. He was the number one option back on his Toronto days, when it came to the Chicago Bulls, he was kind of the number one option too, along with Zach LaVine. So he has that experience right there. Another thing I will say is that DeMar DeRozan, he does bring some more offensive value to the team due to his slashing. As we know, DeMar DeRozan, he is definitely a more versatile offensive player than Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is more so of the 3-and-D style of player. DeMar DeRozan, he can do it all. He can hit the three if he open. He can definitely hit the midi. If he need the ISO, he could do that. And, he definitely good at slashing. That's why he dunking on people's heads. So I like him for that aspect. But me personally, I don't think that DeMar DeRozan really makes this Kings team better. That's just my opinion. Now, the Spurs, I think that they are the team that actually won the most, just because they bring in Harrison Barnes, a player that can definitely help this young budding team. He has some veteran experience. He does have some championship experience being with the Golden State Warriors team, playoff experience as well, just being with this this Sacramento Kings team, and I do think that he definitely will be a great piece to this team, providing that 3-and-D that it was, just definitely needed with the Spurs team. As we know, when it comes to that 3 spot, it's kind of questionable. You got Keldon Johnson, but he's still developing. So, why not have a Harrison Barnes who is a more consistent 3-and-D player? So I think the Spurs, they definitely won in this trade. Let's move on to the Bulls. I like what the Bulls are doing here because they pretty much decided that, yes, we need to move on. We need to start rebuilding. And that's what those 2 second-round picks are. And then Chris Duarte, he's a player that is younger and, possibly could have some upside, or, if they want to just get rid of him, they can do that. But overall, when it comes to this trade, just to put in order the winners and losers at number 1, as the winner of the entire trade, I got the Spurs, man. They brought in Harrison Barnes, a great 3-and-D player who can complement their team. At number 2, I gotta go with Demar Derozan. Not Demar Derozan, but I gotta go with, the Sacramento Kings. Although I don't think that Demar Derozan, really makes or breaks this team. I don't think that he really makes them much closer to a championship. He still is a star level player. He still brings a lot of, playoff pedigree and, just a lot of different things to their offense. So I got them at number 2. At number 3, I got the Bulls because it's only 2 second-round picks. So I think they could have got a little bit more for Demar Derozan. But hey, that's just my thoughts on this trade. You already know, if you enjoyed the video, you already know what to do. Like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the motherfucking channel, turn on notifications and all that good stuff. And I am out. Peace.